In today's Community Focus, it is summer break for Rhode Island lawmakers, but will they be back before the new year to tackle some major topics like marijuana and police reform? Today, we're joined in studio by House Speaker Joe Shekarchi. House Speaker, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Kim. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
So it was a busy year for the legislature, as it always is, but there were some big issues that were left on the table before you took summer recess, including reforming the Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights, or LEABOR as it's commonly known, and also legalizing recreational marijuana. So are you planning to tackle both of these issues in a special session this fall?
Possibly. I plan on tackling them over the summer, and if we can reach a consensus with the Senate and the governor's office on marijuana, we'll certainly come back in the fall to address that issue. And it's the same thing with LIBOR. We were very close. We worked very hard on it. We just couldn't get it done in the last 2 weeks of session, but we did get some really good police reforms, and body cams. We're going to be the only state that's funded body cameras for every city and town in the state that wants body cameras. There'll be funding for them. So we've tackled a lot of big issues, and police reform being one of them. And LIBOR is also a very important issue, and we're going to work very hard to try to get that done. Hopefully we can get it done this summer, and if we can, we will come back in the fall. But if we can't get it done, then it'll wait until January.
And just so people understand, when you say get it done this summer, this means sort of behind closed doors, negotiating, sitting down with folks to decide how to move forward on these issues?
Yeah, I don't like the word closed doors, but yeah, it'll be with the stakeholders, and we will meet with the police union, the sponsors, the advocates, the governor's office, the police chiefs, the state police, the attorney general, everybody who's got the stakeholders, as I call it, everybody who has a strong interest in it, and see if we can forge a consensus. We were close. I will say we were close last time, but we just couldn't get it done. We ran out of time. It was a busy year. We got a lot accomplished, not only the budget, but significant pieces of legislation done regarding housing, regarding education. So we just ran out of time. And body cameras was a big issue that we got done as well.
So when do you think you'll make the decision if a fall session is going to happen?
It would really depend on the course of the negotiations that go on with the LIBOR and marijuana. I don't see it happening before Labor Day. I mean, if at all, there is no air conditioning in the State House. So realistically, we're talking if we had a full session, it would probably be late September, early October. And it would be a short session, abbreviated, just to come in to address the issues that there is consensus around. And if there's no consensus, we'll continue to work through them through the fall. We're not stopping just because it's a break. We're going to take some days off. Obviously, we all had a very grueling session with COVID, remote voting, remote sessions back at the State House. But we got a lot accomplished. It was an extremely productive session. I'm proud of it.
In addition to LEABOR and recreational marijuana, is there another big issue that you think might come up in that fall session?
Well, obviously, Zambarano Hospital is always a big issue. We're waiting for the governor's plan on that for vetting. We're also going to look at whatever issues that come up. When we started the session, no one knew that the funding for the Sherlock Center would be an issue, which is a disability learning center at Rhode Island College. But we were able to address that issue. So we're available, and if something should come up, the need should arise, we're going to play our constitutional obligated role in whatever that issue may be.
Last question on legalizing recreational marijuana. Do you think Rhode Island will have legalized it before the end of 2021?
I don't know if it'll be the end of 21, but I think it's inevitable, and I think it's soon. And I'm not in any hurry to legalize marijuana for the sake of legalizing it. I want to do it right. It doesn't matter to me if we're the last state in the union to legalize it or we never legalize it, but I need to do it right. I need to make sure that we do this right for the taxpayers of Rhode Island and for the medical community, the business community. This needs to be done properly, and I'm not going to be rushed into it because other states are moving fast. I want to learn from other states, look at the mistakes they've made, look at what's worked in other states, collaborate with them, and work to put out a good product. And that's how we've addressed very big issues. If you look at this session, whether it's IGT or nursing home staffing, those were significant issues that have been around the General Assembly for 2 or 3 years that were negotiated. Very difficult, very hard. We put a lot of hours in. I personally put a tremendous amount of hours in both things, and I think the final product is a very good product in both cases. And I want to follow that same path, whether it's LIBOR or marijuana as well.
Governor Dan McKee signed the state budget and a slew of other bills both yesterday and today, but he also issued his first veto of his term on a bill that's related to utilities. He says it would pass along a burden to ratepayers, but now some are calling for the legislature to override that veto. Will you override McKee's veto on that bill?
I don't know yet. That's something I will certainly talk to the Senate President. You know, for one House or one chamber to do it without the other doesn't make sense. I haven't seen the governor's veto message, so I don't know his formal reasons for the veto. We'll look at that. I will tell you that we had hearings in March, and there was no opposition from the Public Utilities Commission at all. It was only after the bill got voted out of committee, it was on the House floor, that I received an email from the PUC, but nobody from the Public Utilities Commission testified either in person or in writing or showed up or voiced any concern about the bill. So we're going to look at the veto message. I'll talk to my counterpart in the Senate and see what they want to do. But it's certainly a possibility. I wouldn't use the word probability, but I would say the word possibility.
And Speaker, just before we let you go, we know you're a big animal lover, and we understand there's a charity event coming up that you are hosting.
I am hosting a charity event. Thank you for the Warwick Animal Shelter and Stars Animal Rescue on August 2nd, and it's going to be at the Quonset Country Club. And I looked for you, as also a big animal lover, to attend, and anyone else who wants to support a great cause. So thank you for that, Kim.
House Speaker Joseph Shekarchi, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.